Heard of Nitro Pepsi? Well, it's the newest addition to the Pepsi family, and Bella and I tried it. Stay tuned for that.
A controversial bill is making its way to Ohio. We talk about all this and more.
As the College Voice starts right now.
Hello and welcome back to the College Voice. How was everybody's spring break?
Good.
Definitely needed.
For sure.
Boring.
I thought you said you wanted to sleep. Did you get that done?
Yes, I very much did sleep.
That's all you need.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Well, as by now, I'm sure you've all heard about the Oscars, or more likely what happened at the Oscars, where Will Smith hit Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife. So my question for you hosts are, who do you think was in the right?
Hard question.
Topic.
Personally, I'm going to say that I don't think either one of them were in the right. I mean, you can respond to a bad action with another bad action, but if the first joke would not have been made in the first place, I don't think he would have punched him or slapped him.
Right.
At the same time, aren't they friends? So maybe it wasn't like aggressive, but more jokingly. But I don't know.
I don't think it was a
I don't
joke.
think it was
Yeah.
a joke.
Um,
I mean, what he said, I don't think was acceptable. Then again, hosts are supposed to pick fun, but I think there should be like a clear line of what's okay to joke about and what's not.
I just
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
if that clear line will ever be really established, because if we
Right.
keep getting our feelings hurt and that sort of thing by any comedian, then all comedians will be completely canceled for forever.
well, we
Yeah.
also don't know that Chris Rock himself wrote it. I mean, because those shows are all fabricated and everything, so it's like done a certain way.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it was his joke or if it was a joke like one of the producers made. We don't know for sure. But I have to agree. I think that they're both in the wrong in some sense. And I think that it was just not the place, not the time, and I think it just could have been done a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that Chris Rock was in the wrong for making the joke, but I think it was wrong of Will Smith to react in the way that he did. I mean, obviously, it would have been better if Will Smith was like, maybe that joke wasn't it wasn't really nice to say that joke. I mean, but at the same time, I don't think walking up to someone and then slapping them like dead on stage would be like something to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I think jokes about also like people's health and things they can't
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
help
I feel like it's
cross the
definitely...
line at some points, but if it's like, I feel like you can make it about someone that you're really close with or yourself, but when it's someone that you don't really know.
And you don't know what that person's going through.
Right.
Yeah.
And like there's been like everything that's been like said about his wife that like she really struggles with that.
Yeah.
So to be like picked on something that's like, mentally hard for her, I
Yeah, when
I
it
just
comes
you
to
saw her
jokes.
face. I mean,
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
like, oof.
When it comes to jokes like that, I definitely feel like there's some sort of communication of asking me like, is it okay? Like, I know you want it to be like funny and stuff, but when it comes to like things that are close to people's heart, I feel like there should have been some communication like, I want to do this joke, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just so that this all could have been avoided,
Yeah.
Plus, I think it took away from the rest of the night, and with everything else that was happening, it's a big night for a lot of people, and it's like an exciting night for a lot of people, and that got taken away. And so I think it was upsetting for no matter what party you were in, if you were like agree, disagree, middle, or you were in an outdoor party, like it was upsetting for everybody. So it sucked. It sucked, unfortunately, that it had to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the whole apology thing? Like, do you think that was the aftermath was handled right, or what do you guys feel?
I definitely think it was good of them to apologize because
Yes.
it did need an apology.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Apologies are always so weird. It's hard. It's
I
confusing.
feel like in today, because there's always like the YouTubers media like video apology where they're crying. It's like, is this genuine or is it actually like they're just like, oh, I messed up. I guess I will make this video to apologize, or like just kind of put something out there. Like,
Right.
is it actually genuine anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Right.
for me, like, apology should come in the form of action, not just words. So, like, something Chris Rock could have done was, like, donated money to a charity that, like, deals with hair loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I mean, part of me, I'm going to be real, part of me is like, he defended his wife for what he felt in that moment was correct. And sometimes when, you know, it's high topics like that, you just act on instinct, and that's what he did. Doesn't make it right, no. But I think he had, like, in his mind, in that moment, for the better reason.
Absolutely,
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
I feel like Will Smith did it for the right reasons, but
Yeah.
what he did was wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, defending his wife. But I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no one can lie their way out of this situation, not even Chris Rock. A white lie is by definition a harmless, trivial lie, especially told to avoid hurting someone's feeling. So host, do you think it's okay to tell a white lie if it's to avoid hurting someone's feelings?
Yes.
Gabby
It
with the
depends
like
on
quick.
the situation.
Yeah, I think it
Depends on the situation.
Like,
This-
give me a situation.
I mean, I guess there's the situation of just like, the first thing that pops to my mind is like, do I look good like in this outfit? Like that's like the
Oh,
first
I'm
thing.
gonna
I
be
see.
Yeah.
truthful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's-
say no. That's hideous.
Right.
I
That's
think-
something
Well,
that
that-
doesn't
yeah.
affect their like personality or like anything about them. It's just something they have on. So if
Yeah.
it's like, do I look bad in it? Sometimes it's not that you look bad in it. It's that it's just not like that clothing item is just not for you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you think you probably look great, but I'll be fully honest, maybe it's not the time or the place to wear that, or maybe we're just not feeling it right now, so
Yeah,
I'll be
because in
truthful
the
about
end,
that.
like, you're actually kind of saving them from like
Right.
being embarrassed by other
Yeah.
things. I'm a pretty blunt person, so a lot of people do come to me for stuff like that. But like, that's because they know I'm going to be fully honest, which I think is a good thing if you have someone that's constantly like just lying to make you feel good about literally everything.
Yeah.
Who are you supposed to ask?
So when is it not acceptable to tell a white lie?
I think it would be in a sense of if it's like there's something that like can affect someone, you don't want to like sugarcoat or lie about anything, you know? You want to just be honest with them and rip off the Band-Aid kind of
Like
thing.
what?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what?
I'm trying to think of like a situation.
Like, what about finding out, like, your friend's partner cheated on them?
See,
Should you
yeah.
wait till they find out? Or should you just, like,
Oof.
pretend you know nothing? Or do you be the
that
one to
would
let
keep
the-
me alive. I would have
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
I
have
definitely
to
That'd be
tell
a secret
them.
you like couldn't really live
And
with.
see, that's the thing I think is
Yeah.
important to like think about is if you feel like you have to like tell a lie almost and like wait a little bit, don't necessarily say a lie and like completely make something else up. Be truthful with it, but just be like careful with
Soft.
what you're saying
Yeah.
and like, you know, be careful with it because you could hurt someone or you could be helping them out by kind of giving them the truth, but letting them find the harder parts for themselves so that way they can grieve with it on their own, you know?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so I have a question for everyone.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that withholding the truth is a form of lying?
Withholding the truth. And
Yeah.
yeah, kind of. I almost assume so.
Like in
because-
what context? Like,
Yeah.
what? I need an example. For that.
Okay, so let's say your teacher comes to you and says, I know someone cheated on the test. Do you know who?
Oh.
But you
And
know.
you answer, I do know who, but you do not tell who.
That's just.
Are you lying?
No.
No.
No, not
No.
if you say I
It depends
don't.
on how I
that's
did
just
on the
holding
test.
anonymity.
I say I don't
Not
think
gonna lie, I
it's
did that once.
lying. I think it. I mean, yeah, withholding the truth. It's. I mean, you're not telling the full truth, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's
like a
like-
lie.
But you're not lying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, there's a difference between like not saying like everything you know to protect someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so is that a form of white lie? Because I consider that a form of white lie. Like
so,
not being
say I
completely
came
honest.
up to you and said, "Do you know who did this yesterday?" And you know.
See, I think of it more in the context. If I was like, oh, Anna, does my outfit look okay? And you're like, yeah, it all does look okay. But like, let's say my fly is down, and you didn't tell me that.
Then.
I guess you consider it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would
Yeah.
definitely tell you
I
that.
will
Yeah.
tell you that. Yeah.
I would say, yeah, it looks fine, but
Definitely, since you're trying to like avoid hurting someone, it's not someone's feeling, but since you're avoiding like to try and make it better.
Yeah, like for me, I felt really bad the other day. This girl, she had a dress on and her underwear was showing. So I'm going to tell her that she needs to pull her skirt down. Anyone who doesn't tell her to not do that, that's just like not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
it's-
did you? What
What?
was her reaction?
Oh, she was just like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, yeah. Same with like food in my teeth. Like if I have something in my teeth, please tell me.
It feels
Don't.
awkward to tell the person,
In the
but in the
moment.
Most of
long
the time,
run,
they're
you
happy.
know
But they're
it's like a good
happy.
thing to tell that person.
Definitely
Yeah,
with
it's
the
just-
food in my teeth because I'm so used to having a mask. I don't even like worry about what my like teeth look like anymore.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know.
Honestly, it's a saving grace.
What about when it comes to kids? I think you should tell white lights to kids.
Well, I mean, yeah, to
Yeah.
kind of,
Yes.
there's the whole thing of like holidays and all of that. Like, there's like, withholding the truth kind of to like leave, like to give them that magical like holiday feeling and all that, you
Yeah,
know?
like the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
That's a white lie, but that's for a good purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if
So-
an animal passes on, we all know that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's different
yeah.
things, different situations that lead
All
to.
depends.
Yeah.
Well, now no matter how you feel about white lies, after the break, we'll be bringing the whole cast of the College Voice on to talk about a very controversial House bill. Stay tuned.
I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere.
It's not creative,
It's offensive to gay people.
and you're better than that.
Just recently, Ohio has introduced House Bill 616, Ohio's version of the Don't Say Gay bill. However, House Bill 616 goes quite a few steps further than the previous Don't Say Gay bills, with the addition of other curriculum bans, including the banning of the teaching of topics such as critical race theory and intersectional theory. If enacted, this bill will be very harmful and against the beliefs of many people. Host, what are your thoughts on this issue?
It's a
Yeah,
deep,
it's-
and it hurts me personally as somebody in the LGBT community. I would say I remember I woke up and saw that, and I was like, I was in tears because I was like scared. I'm like, I honestly am scared that's gonna get passed. And also just as like I'm in the College of Education, Health and Human Services, so a lot of my friends are going to be teachers, and they're like this affects me a lot because they're going to teach, and they're like I have to go basically either move out of the state or go against my own morals to teach stuff that I am personally not like I stand against.
I definitely think that for me personally, being like in Ohio, I felt very like safe and supported as someone in the LGBTQ community. But now it's like kind of feels like we're taking steps back against that. And so for me now being out of high school and getting to live through high school feeling supported and everything, now seeing students who I knew who are in the LGBTQ community who aren't going to feel that if this bill is passed, you know, that's hard for me. And I like, feel like I need to be like, it's okay, we're going to make it through this. But it's hard to tell somebody that when sometimes they don't feel like that. So it's a really, really hard subject. And it sucks really bad.
My confusion is, isn't it only for grades kindergarten through third?
No.
No,
Or
the
is
one
it-
for
K-
Ohio is all the way up to 12th
Yeah,
grade.
K through
Oh, wait,
12.
Oh, it's all the way up to
Yeah.
Yeah.
What upsets me the most about this is like for people like me who weren't necessarily out in high school, like this idea that don't say gay because it's once again like reaffirming that being gay is like a negative thing in society. Like that's going to stop so many people from like being able to accept who they are,
Yeah.
you know, and like be able to take pride in who they are, which I think a lot of people, if you aren't gay and you haven't gone through that struggle of like accepting it, it really does like tear away at you, and it like can affect all of your life. Like so.
Yeah.
I remember high school was a really hard time for me, definitely with accepting who I am. And I'm sure we all had like that English teacher who I went to, she supported me and she loved me. And because of her, that's why I'm here today. And I just think the statistics for a lot of things like suicide and all that are going to increase because of this bill, because they're not going to feel supported or feel like they have those people who are there for them and accept them.
I remember my history teacher. He's gay. He's out and gay, and he had all of this like the pride flag like hanging in his room. My question is like, is he even allowed like to have that anymore? And, like that's just like boggles my mind that they are literally going backwards with everything.
Yeah.
Even just an ally, I'm still like, I'm upset about it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, as we've said, this is like a really backwards action. I mean, who does this help?
No one.
This helps no one. So, I mean, it's the idea that they're proposing such a thing, and the fact that they're doing this, it helps no one, and it's meaningless.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it.
Something else that really confuses me too is like even like for the people who do think it is an issue and like that being gay is a problem, if that were like even true, which is not even remotely close, not talking about something doesn't make it not exist.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't be taught to be gay. Like
Exactly.
that's not something
Yeah.
like they're not going to be going through and being like, well, A is for asexuality, B is for like they're not going to be teaching you to be gay. They're just
Yeah.
going to teach you what is like identity, what is like all of that.
Yeah.
Like
What do you think is like the correct answer? Like, what do you believe schools should do?
I personally
Allow it.
have had a belief for myself for a long time that we should be adding more LGBTQ style classes and like teaching more people about it in high schools and maybe even some middle schools, because it's important that we know how to support each other, especially because we've seen how our world's becoming. It's kind of a hot mess, and we need to find that space to support each other and be there for each other, to learn how to like make our world better. We are the new generation and we have a say now, and we need to use it. We need to use our voice to create a powerful world. And so for like the generation above us trying to knock us down, it's upsetting and it sucks really, really bad. And I think that, we've learned from our own history as LGBTQ members that, it's a thing that we know of, but it was like hidden, and that's unsafe and it's a problem. And so for us to be allowed to express it openly was incredible and like huge and monumental. So for us to have to go back and kind of feel like we have to hide it again, we're going back into an unsafe territory again.
And it doesn't make it any easier to like rebel. Like I almost feel like that's a toxic way to go
Right.
about
what
it.
I was saying, I mean, I feel like these classes should be there because where we live, if they want to know, they're going to find it. But how they're going to find this information is going to be in unsafe ways. Like not having safe sex taught for like the same sex. They're just going to go out and experiment and find out themselves, and they could expose themselves to so many different diseases and like things that they're not educated about because they're not being taught about it.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think that too, like something that's not really being talked about is that like why don't these kids who are students get a say in it?
Right.
Like it's their
Yeah.
parents
Yeah.
making these decisions. Like I think education should be more up to students and what they want to learn, because
Right.
it's not really like these kids who are homophobic and have these bad beliefs about being gay. It's their parents.
Yeah.
Like if you tell a little kid you're gay, they're gonna be like, okay, what's that? They're not going to see it negatively.
Right.
Do you think the parents should be held accountable though, like in some region, to teach their kids, like, or do you think it? what
I
do you
think it's.
I think you have the right to teach your kids how you want to teach them.
Yeah.
But just because I'm on a diet doesn't mean you can't eat pizza.
Right.
So just because you
Right.
believe that your religion is like, oh, being gay is wrong, doesn't mean that it is wrong for me because I don't believe what you're believing, you know?
I think we as a society should know, and like parents should know, it is okay to teach your kids like certain things, but those certain things should focus more on a broader sense and like be more open and allowing people to see different things, because that's again going to change our world.
Very well
What
said.
about it?
Well, as more and more bills such as this comes into introduction, it is important we continue to stay updated and with new information, and it is even more important to contact government officials and let them know how we feel. The College Voice will continue after the break.
Every one of us has a voice, and every voice has the power to shape the world. Ours is no different. Our voice is 85 years in the making, a voice that's more than 700 students strong, one of the largest in the nation. It's 10 different award-winning media partners sharing 34 outlets, all working united toward a common goal. Our voice reaches 30,000 households on TV, over 22,000 magazine readers per year, 500,000 newspapers, feature films in stores nationwide. Our voice is pride in what we do. It empowers students, emerging professionals, to ask tough questions and demand answers. We believe in our voice. We believe in its ability to change the world. And our voice makes us who we are.
All right, well, everyone's heard the same thing when they get to college. Oh boy, I remember my days in college eating cup ramen every single day and nothing else. Maybe that's true for you, but for me, I haven't touched a single cup ramen since being here. However, I've had my fair share of delicious dorm room snacks. But which one takes the cake as the best? Maybe it's salty, maybe it's sweet, or maybe it's in the middle. Cast, what is your midnight dorm room snack of choice?
Oh.
I already know. Mine's like so easy because I literally ate this every single day. It was Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Ooh, delicious.
I just was on a kick freshman year. My roommate like even knew that. She got me like a jumbo size for my birthday.
That's a good roomie.
Do you still eat them?
I do, but not as much. I like the Flaming Hot Cheez-Its now.
Ooh.
Those are good.
Extra toasty Cheez-Its. Extra toasted Cheez-Its.
I have the
I
Costco
still
size in
eat
my room of
those.
Cheez-Its. 'cause
Extra
everyone's-
toasted?
Unfortunately not. They're just regular.
Do you like extra toasted?
I don't know if I've ever had them.
Oh my.
What about you guys?
Mine's very similar. I like Takis, but not
Oh,
just
yes.
like, I like to get nacho cheese and dip them in nacho cheese.
Ooh.
You have to try it.
Where do you get nacho cheese?
It's just like the queso. Like I just get it at the store.
Oh.
But I found it when I was at when I worked at the movie theater, and I have loved it since, and I eat it so often.
I work in a movie theater.
I think mine would be, it's a bit different, but it's oatmeal.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
specifically brown sugar cinnamon and apple cinnamon mixed
Okay.
together.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Because
you
like
mix them.
it lasts, you can keep that in your dorm room forever. It's not gonna go bad. It's quick. It's easy. I'm always gonna have stuff for it.
I had cinnamon toast crunch oatmeal. It was delicious. But for me, my personal fave, you guys ready for this? Yeah.
What?
Yes.
It's Oreos. I
Same.
love Oreos.
Same.
I just finished my bag, unfortunately, but they were
Unfortunate.
chocolate peanut butter pie. They were
Ooh.
so good. So good.
Yeah, I mean,
That sounds good.
Oreos
They were
are like a good,
delicious. You
Oreos
can't
are
go
a
wrong with
good-
Oreos.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you guys ever dipped them in peanut butter, like
No.
Parent
Yes.
Trap?
But I mean, I had peanut butter ones, so.
I've never
Yeah.
had done that by me.
Plus, also, you know what's like really big right now?
What?
Is Dot's Homestyle pretzels. I don't know if you guys have ever had those.
No.
Oh,
They're so good. They're expensive, but
good.
they're delicious. I love them.
Worth it. I've
Yeah.
actually made like the homemade ones too.
Nice.
Go
All
ahead.
right. Well, now that everyone has said what their go-to dorm room snack is, maybe Anna and Bella can add something else to the list in this week's Taste Test Tuesday.
Well, this week, Bella and I tried Nitro Pepsi, a new addition to the Pepsi family, and find out what adding nitrogen to Pepsi does to the drink. Hello, Taste Test Tuesday viewers. Today, we are here with Nitro Pepsi, the newest addition to the Pepsi family.
We have the original flavor and a vanilla flavor.
It says Nitro Pepsi, smooth, creamy, easy to drink. First up, chill. 2, pour hard. Like it literally says to put it like face down. Smaller bubbles, smoother taste. So like when I think of that, I think of less, what's the word?
Carbonation?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Sounds like it. When I looking at this packaging especially, I'm wondering if it's gonna have a coffee flavor. Because, you know, with coffee they have nitro cold brews, or
Yeah.
just nitro blends or whatever. So I'm wondering what the nitro is. If it's referring to the taste, if it's referring to more caffeine, if it's referring to coffee. I'm very curious.
Infusing nitrogen into this. So.
Nitrogen infused cola. I'm so the average consumer is not gonna know what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm really confused about the label and the name.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
It sounds like a rocket ship taking off.
It's coming out kind of slow.
I mean, they made it seem like this was gonna shoot out. just so everyone knows, this is a color changing cup.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Pepsi is not purple.
It's a normal color of Pepsi, but I would say like it looks more like the foam is not going down. Like it's kind of just sitting there.
Foamy. It just reminds me of coffee. It looks like it.
Okay.
Ready? That's good. That is good. Definitely less carbonation.
Yeah, less carbonation.
But it's not like watered down.
No.
You know, it's just less carbonation. Same
Smooth.
flavor, smooth.
Not like staticky on your tongue.
No, it's great. This flavor is so good.
But I think like if I gave this to a Pepsi drinker without telling them, they would think it was flat.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, they would.
Pretty good though. Has full flavor of just Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
230 calories per can.
63 grams of added sugar.
Yeah, 125% of your daily sugars in this can.
Oh, God.
Listen to this sound. It is crazy.
I don't even know.
Pour hard. Pour hard.
You're right.
See how much foam there is though? Like I feel like that's not normal. That's good. That has a lot of vanilla.
I like a happy medium. I don't like when it's too bubbly and carbonated, but I don't like when it's too flat either.
So you like this?
This is good.
This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10, I would give this a 9 out of 10. I think it has such a good flavor. It's perfect for that happy medium of not too carbonated, but smooth yet flavorful. But it is expensive. I probably wouldn't drink it because I'm not the biggest pop drinker, but it's good.
I'd also give this a 9 out of 10 because the flavor's amazing. But it lost points for me, half because the nitro thing is kind of confusing, like the labeling. Like I thought it meant coffee, but there's no coffee taste in either one of these. And 2, I don't know, I kind of wish there was like a tiny bit more carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still so good. The flavor's amazing.
Cheers to another episode of Taste Test Tuesday. We'll see you next week. Bye. So, what do you guys think? Have any of you guys tried it?
I have.
What were your thoughts?
I actually didn't like it.
Really? Why?
I thought it was too flat.
Mm-hmm.
It was like vanilla Pepsi, just flat vanilla Pepsi.
Do you drink pop a lot?
I actually don't, but I like carbonation.
Yeah.
Because I like LaCroix and like carbonated water.
So I think this is the perfect thing for people that are like, I don't like pop, it's too carbonated.
Yeah,
that
no,
sort
I
of
agree.
thing. So like this would be like for them.
So is it like flat pop?
Yes.
Yeah,
That
a
sounds
little.
disgusting.
But
Yeah, like I don't.
But it's not watered down because most of the time flat pop is like watered down. So
I
this
agree.
was
So is it
flavor
like
bursting.
one that you
Yeah.
opened like a couple hours ago? You put it in the fridge. You came back
That's
and like
what
drank
I
it.
kind of compared it to was like the 2-liter thing, but it wasn't like that.
That's gross.
It wasn't completely like that. But I feel like if I gave
the
you this with
flavor's
no
good.
explanation, you would have been like, what the heck? How old is this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I would.
Right. No, I agree. Because like the
Yeah.
flavor is good, like you
Mm-hmm.
were saying. It's just like I just was like caught off guard. I was like, oh, like it's
Mhm.
flat.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I need.
Pepsi, like it's Pepsi's bubbly.
Yeah, I need that bubble. I need the fizz.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's Sprite,
I
the
thought
battery
same,
acid.
I thought the same thing too with like the nitro. I thought there was gonna be coffee in it,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no coffee in it.
Well,
So.
that is all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. And if you're interested in kind of flat pop, check out Nitro Pepsi. But don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at The College Voice and to follow us on Instagram at The College Voice _KSU. But TV2 is not finished yet. Stick around for an upcoming episode of Kent Core tonight at 9 p.m. For all of your local news, stay tuned for your TV2 newscast at 6 p.m. We'll see you all next week.
So we're gonna put some ants in their pants.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.